Alright guys, here's an update on the V4 Multitask Pro. I call it that because, well, in these days everything we have multitasks, so why not our equipment? So I'm going to start off with getting you up to speed on the actual components so that as I'm going through this you know a little bit more about where I'm at. This is a V4 Proportioner for Midwest Wash Equipment. It's been upgraded with a fill station. It has your normal water, one soap, one bleach, and this is an Xfill. I don't know if you can see it there. And that is your Xfill port. Okay, going to move over to the filling module. This is available at Midwest Wash Equipment as a downstreaming module. The hose barbs here have built-in check valves with titanium springs when you order them from Midwest Wash Equipment as a downstream module. This here will be offered as the filling module as part of the system or separately. It has half-inch hose barbs with no check valves. As it's a filling station, it doesn't need them. This three-way here switches you between your output going to your hose reel and to your fill station. And this here is going to be a fill station and your remote chemicals. So that's what this one does. And this is a prototype of, these are all prototypes, but this one here is the prototype of the fill station that you just saw that's already in production and available at Midwest Wash Equipment. And this is one updated version of Midwest Wash Equipment's remote rinse module. These modules work like a shirts box. You have your water inlet that comes in on this side. You have your chemical that comes in on the other side. And then when it's off, it's pushing water. When it's on, it's pumping chemical. Added what we call the 60-600 because this $60 here will save you $600. There's no reason to go buy another remote system for your downstream anymore. You simply start here. Currently it is in 12 volt, so it's running the soft wash system. You pull this handle up and it switches it to downstream. You also have one that does it for your soap module as well. I'm going to come back around to the front and we're going to start at the head unit and work our way back. Starting here, if you want to take on chemical, plug your chemical source in, undo the cap, plug your chemical source in right here, and I'll show you that. Plug your chemical source in right there. This will be check valved. Haven't got a check valve on it yet. I'm still working that part of it out. Like I said, this is a prototype. But you pump your chemical in here. It transfers through your pump. Comes to here. This is switched over to transfer. When that's in transfer mode, then it comes into your fill station, and then whatever chemical you're pumping, you select the dial of where you want it to go. It's that simple. Now, if you don't want to use this port here or your pump to pump on your chemical, which I don't. I use a system set up here in my shop. I just pump straight off of this right here and straight out to my vehicle. Well, when you're pumping that way, it's very simple. You just undo this cam lock, and I'll do that for you here. If I can get a hold of it. I'll never see how you guys do this. Okay, you plug in right here. Now you can take on your chemical straight from your shop without using your pump. This is an output. So when you're exfilling your chemicals, you can plug onto it right here and exfill. I, however, do not use this location for exfilling. It's messy. It defeats the purpose of the system. So coming over to here, this is your exfilling station and your remote chemical distribution. So as it's set up right now, it's on soap. So you just turn over whichever soap you want, and you've got remote soap, whether it be to your soft wash system or to your downstream. It does not matter. If you want to exfill your chemical, all you have to do is switch this to exfill and switch your head unit to exfill. Now you're ready to exfill these tanks. Now the cool thing is if you take and you turn and say you want to batch mix a tank, or you want to roll a tank, which say your bleach tank has been setting, you want to roll the chemical that's in it, freshen it up, you can. If you want to take the soap out of soap 2 and put it into soap 1, you can, and you never open a lid. I'm going to give you a demo here of exfilling. I'm going to use soap 1 because it's easy to see, and well, it's going to foam up some, but it is what it is. So we're going to come up here, exfill 1. It's already on exfill there. You don't have to do nothing else. We've already turned on the exfill there. Alright, now you hear that shut off? That's because I don't have the system opened up for exfilling everything, and that's a fail safe. So I was doing soap 1. We're going to come to soap 1, and we're going to turn on soap 1, and boom. Now it's exfilling soap 1. This is your exfill line. It's going out. It's coming back down. It's coming into your exfill line here, coming back through your system, back through your port, into your block, back into your fill station, back down in, and it's refilling. It is circulating the tank. That shows that the system both fills and exfills, or batch mix, all in this one demonstration, I would hope. So that's a pretty cool feature, guys. Really jiving on it. If you wanted to exfill your chemical only, then you would take and turn your line back here to your output port. My output port is connected to here, to my docking station. But this is also where my chemical is outported from my pump. Got a little demo hose sitting over here. We're going to cam onto that. Well, actually, we're not going to cam onto that. I want you to see the exfill part by itself. So we have the fill station turned off, and that's all you have to do. This is still on exfill. You don't have to do anything different. Now you're going to see it come out the back. And there it is. My neighbors probably appreciate me not pumping soap all over everywhere, but I just wanted to give an example, guys. Now, you want to flush this out and get this all out of here. It's real simple. You turn your Xfill off, turn it back to, turn your water on. You can hear the water charge already. And I'm going to put the hose on this so we don't make a big mess here. Guys, making YouTube videos is not my thing. Okay. Did I not turn my system back on? Oh, there it is. Yeah, guys, I had some soap in that. And we'll go back to water. And no, I don't run that gun on my 12 volt. That's just a hookup example for something else I'll show you here in a minute. So, coming back around to the downstream module. Okay, when you're using the remote system and you're using the remote system for your soft wash, you can't use it on downstream anymore, so you know, it is what it is. So you flipped over to your soft wash pump, come back over here. Now you can't use this on remote anymore. This has a remote SH, it has soap, manual SH, an on and auxiliary. Okay, so normally this would be on, this is on remote when it's turned to the remote. We're going to turn this off, turn that off, turn your SH manual on. So now you're pulling manually from your tank, you're bypassing the remote system. Your soap is bypassing the remote system. And your manual soap is controlled right here. Right now it's pulling from the soap tank. The other one gives me the option to pull from the degreaser, and they're plumbed straight into the tanks. I did away with all of these three ways that was up here. These bulkheads were here. I can't put uniseals in it. That's what I intended to do, was put uniseals in it so it would look a whole lot better when you guys do yours. However, this is functioning great and I have no complaints, so you know, I'm going to leave well enough alone. Now back on this, everything that comes through here is metered, with the exception of the drop stick. Like I said, and I'm going to end on this, guys, the remote system is what I run all the time on this. I work by myself, and that's what this system's designed for, somebody who works by themselves or with a helper. But you can be using the soft wash system with the remote. You can be using this back here manually. Grab your J-rod, turn it on and off, just like you had a remote. I'm thinking about adding a actuator right here, just like a Flow Pro, with a 4-button remote, so that you can still operate this back here or have full flow. That way you have both. You have a shirts box and basically a Flow Pro both. However, I prefer the shirts box. It's a little bit of loss, but it's rinsing my injector when I'm not pumping chemical. So over to the last thing here. This is your on auxiliary. The on turns on the proportioner, and this turns off the proportioner. And you have a drop stick right here. The only thing I did not cover is that this will have a drop stick right here with a cutoff valve. It'll have another micro valve like this, and then you can onboard whatever you want whenever you want. And then the final thing I want to cover here, and let me turn this off. This is just something that surprised me. I have this, I guess you'd call it a water tower right here. Made use of it. This is, obviously where my water comes in. This is hooked up to my hose reels, my incoming water line. So if you ever had a problem on a job, this diverts water over to the buffer tank on my pressure washer. And yeah, the buffer, it has its own buffer tank in the pressure washer. This is an eye wash station. And then this here is if you ever had to do some rinse down or something and you didn't want to go through a big rigmarole over it to do it. And this is why I have the blue gun out here, if you're wondering. And this is also why I cam lock everything. Bring this over here. Now this is just coming straight from straight in off my line here, but not bad for considering it's coming through 200 feet of line into a pretty strong wind. But yeah, you could rinse with it if you needed to. Well, guys, that's all I had. Hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me or touch base with Midwest Wash Equipment. Have a good day, man.